What's going on? I'm Jack and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we've got full day of eating. As you saw in the title and thumbnail, 1900 calorie full day of eating. I actually decided to let my Instagram followers pick the amount of calories I was gonna eat. So I put up a poll on my Instagram, follow me if you're not. I decided to let them choose 16, 17, 18, or 1900 calories for the day. They chose 1900 calories as the #1 spot and then 1600 calories as #2. So this video is 1900 and I'll do 1600 in a future video. Without further ado, let's get breakfast going. This is the apple fritter bake. I made this last summer when I had maybe 2,000 subscribers. So we're gonna make it again today for you guys to see. It is probably one of my favorite recipes of all time. It does take a little bit more time, a few more ingredients, but trust me, it is worth the effort. I'll go ahead and read the ingredients and throw them up on the screen. But for the apple fritter bake, we need 4 slices of low-calorie bread. I always go with Sara Lee Delight. It is 45 calories a slice. Then we need 200 grams of egg whites, 80 grams of almond milk, 20 grams of protein powder, Transparent Labs of course, code Perez, 15 grams of sugar-free syrup, 5 grams of vanilla extract, 5 grams of a 0-calorie sweetener, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, some salt, applesauce. This is a no sugar added applesauce. First things first, we're gonna tear up some bread, put the ingredients all into this bowl, cut up an apple, add it to the bowl, and then we'll be actually baking it on this sheet. But without further ado, let's get cooking. The applesauce is the real key to this. It keeps it super moist and kind of balances out the protein powder as well. You could also get a flavored applesauce. If you want to make a blueberry version, you could get blueberry applesauce. But at the end of the day, it doesn't affect the flavoring too much, so you can add whatever fruit you really like. Your mix is gonna look like mush, but I promise it might not look great, but it's gonna taste great. Now we're gonna add our cut up apple into the mix. Boom, just like that. And then give this a good stir. Make sure the apples get mixed in real well. Now that we've got our mixture set up with our apples in there, we're gonna throw it in a baking tin or sheet or anything like this. I just use this, maybe a 10-inch diameter, it works perfect. We're gonna take some olive oil spray, just a little bit, just so it doesn't stick, and just like that. Now we'll add our bake into that sheet. And just like that, you have your apple fritter bake ready to go in the oven. This is going in the oven at 450 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes. Check it at 20 if it needs a little bit longer. It's not super crisp on the top. Give it 25, but I think 22 is almost perfect depending on your oven. So we're gonna throw that in the oven, 450, 20 to 25 minutes. And we all know every good apple fritter has a great frosting. Our frosting is gonna be some Greek yogurt and some sugar-free syrup. It's gonna be 50 grams of our Greek yogurt, vanilla flavored, and then 30 grams of our sugar-free syrup. We're gonna mix that together and then put it in the fridge to harden as our apple fritter bakes. Give it a good mix and then into the fridge. Now, while the apple fritter bake is cooking, make sure to clean up the kitchen so you don't have to do it at the end of the meal. 20 minutes later, it's time to take out our apple fritter bake. I have to say, that looks pretty damn good. We're gonna let this cool off for a little bit and then we're gonna add our frosting and just dig in. Our apple fritter bake has cooled off a little bit, so we're gonna add our frosting on top that's now thickened up from the fridge. So go ahead, put that right on top. And we'll go and spread that out as well. You want to do this while it's still kind of warm so it actually melts onto the apple fritter bake. Go ahead and get every last drop of that. We count it in the macros, so might as well. Oh no. That's a tragedy, but can't be avoided. I'll make the adjustments. I'll decrease 3 calories from the total count. All right. I need to clean that up and I'll give you some close-up looks at the apple fritter bake. Time has come for a taste test. Obviously, I already know it's gonna taste great, but just to do it on camera for you guys, there we have it. Couple pieces of apple in there, nice little bake. You guys have to try this, I'm telling you. It is worth the wait, it's worth the extra time and the ingredients. It is so damn good. And the macros make it all the better. This entire apple fritter bake plus the frosting is 602 calories, 96 grams of carbs, 5 grams of fat, and 52 grams of protein. And it tastes so good. I wish you guys could taste it. It is pretty easy to make. It's just the ingredients into a bowl, cook it for 20 minutes. It's like dessert for breakfast. What could be better? But I'm gonna dig in, enjoy the rest of this. Cheers. boom, just like that, apple fritter bake, meal 1 down. Absolutely delicious. I highly recommend you guys try it. You can also meal prep this and make it bigger batches if you have a bigger oven or pan. I've done a meal prep video on this. One of my favorite breakfasts. Tastes super delicious. But I'll see you guys at meal number 2. Here we are with meal number 2 of the day. I would say this is probably the second easiest meal because the dessert is the easiest, but this is just me 4 or 5 ingredients max. We have our chicken thighs right here. This is 6 ounces. It's 2 different chicken thighs because we're making 2 different sandwiches. So we have our bacon right here, chicken bacon ranch sandwiches. We're gonna use a little bit of this Famous Dave's country roast chicken seasoning. If you guys wanna see that. This has been my go-to lately, absolutely love it. So our chicken thighs, our seasoning, our buns are gonna be these 100-calorie, multi-grain, light Thomas English muffins. We're gonna add some bacon to that, just 2 strips. And then we have our vegetable of choice, which is a bell pepper we'll be cutting up. First thing we need to do is just air fry our chicken thighs. I've done this a million times, but it's 12 minutes at 360 degrees is what I found works best for my air fryer. Plus an air fryer tip, if you use your air fryer as much as I do, throw some foil in the bottom, easy cleanup. So we're gonna take our chicken thighs, season those, spray them with a little bit of olive oil spray into the air fryer. And then while that's cooking, we'll microwave our bacon and then just assemble our sandwich. As I mentioned, while the chicken's cooking, we've got 2 things to do. Actually 3 things to do. We need to cut our English muffins and toast those, or you can do it untoasted, but toasted's always better. We need to cut up our bell pepper, and then we also need to microwave our 2 slices of bacon, 1 per sandwich. First thing we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and cut up our pepper, slice our English muffins, and then microwave our bacon. As far as microwaving your bacon, just go to whatever crispiness you want. For me, microwaving bacon takes about 25 seconds to the texture I want. More crispy, obviously longer in the microwave, less crispy, shorter in the microwave. Now everything is done cooking, it's time for the fun part, the assembly. Also, I'm gonna add a little bit of this coleslaw mix. This is actually primarily for the next meal, but I have a little bit of it now, just add a little crunch on top of the sandwich. I mean, this might be like 5 calories added to each sandwich, probably less, but we'll add it all up at the end and see what we get. So let's go ahead and measure this out, just to be extra accurate. Right. And that was literally 20 grams, so we'll add 10 grams per sandwich. Next thing we're gonna do, I'm trying to think how the best way to assemble this is. I think we go ranch, bacon, and then chicken just on the top. So next we'll do a little bit of ranch. I'm gonna do 1 tablespoon per sandwich for a total of 2 tablespoons. And that's 1 serving as well. Perfect, 2 servings. Then we'll throw our bacon down. Like I said, 1 slice per sandwich. Just like that. And last thing we'll throw on our chicken thighs. And just like that, we have our chicken bacon ranch sandwiches right there. I'll go ahead and read off the macros first because they are unbelievable. And then we'll move into some B-roll and I'll show you guys up close and personal with the sandwiches. So for this entire meal, I'm actually gonna remove the peppers real quick so I can get a better reading on it. For these 2 sandwiches, they are 515 calories total, so just over 250 per sandwich. 59 grams of carbs, 19 grams of fat, and 45 grams of protein. So per sandwich, 30 grams of carbs per sandwich, about 10 grams of fat, and 22 grams of protein per sandwich. That's unbelievable. You could do 1 sandwich, you could do 1.5, give a half to a loved one, whatever it is. But I'm gonna show you guys real quick. These look absolutely amazing. You see the chicken, bacon. I don't know if you guys can see Maisie in the corner right here. Yep, you definitely can. But we're gonna go ahead and stack these sandwiches up. I'm gonna give 1 a cut to see a cross section. Just look at that. Time for the taste test. That's a damn good sandwich. And these are just the ingredients I used. You can really add whatever toppings you want. If you don't have a coleslaw, cabbage and carrot mix, use lettuce. If you want spice, maybe throw on some jalapenos. You can do pickles as well. Go crazy with the toppings, but the base of English muffin, chicken, bacon, ranch, you can really top it whatever you want and still be within your macros and have a great high protein meal. Oh, and I forgot, if you add a pepper, it's gonna bring the calories up a little bit. Let me just add it so I don't forget to do it later. If you add 150 grams of bell pepper, it takes a total meal, including the vegetables on the side, 548 calories, 66 grams of carbs, 20 grams of fat, and 46 grams of protein for the entire meal, plus the peppers on the side. But the main meal is the sandwiches. I'm gonna dig in the rest of these. These are absolutely delicious. Real quick, we're gonna bring back a segment I haven't done on the channel in a while called Feeding the Beast. So Maisie, come here, sit, shake, good girl. Other one, good girl. We got a little bit English muffin left. Let's see if you can catch it. Oh, epic fail, but she still got a little bit. I'll see you guys in meal number 3. The time has come for meal number 3. We're making some shrimp tacos. These are gonna be some cilantro lime shrimp tacos. First thing we're gonna do is make our cilantro lime slaw. This is what we're gonna use the coleslaw from earlier for. So this is a pre-packed coleslaw. If you wanna cut up your own cabbage, carrots, all that kind of stuff, feel free, but I am actually kind of lazy, even though I have all this other stuff to cut up. This I can at least buy at the grocery store pre-made. The cilantro lime, I'll read out the ingredients first and we'll kind of put it all together. It's gonna be 1 cup of our Greek yogurt. I use vanilla because it doesn't really taste much different once you add everything else, but you could use a non-flavored option as well. We're gonna do half a cup of our tightly packed cilantro here. So we're gonna be just measuring that out. And luckily we're blending it all, so we don't need to chop it too finely. Then we have a 1/4 cup of lime juice, or the juice of 2 limes. And then we've got a half teaspoon of cumin, half teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Those are all kind of for preference. You can be a little bit more saltier if you want to be. 3 green onions, just the green parts. We've got our 3 green onions there. We'll chop up a little bit. And then 2 cloves of garlic. I personally am a very garlic heavy person, so we're actually gonna go with 3 cloves of garlic for this recipe. First thing though, we're gonna put everything into this blender, and then we're gonna blend it, add it to our slaw, which will be in this bowl. And then you can put that all in a food processor as well, but I don't have one of those. So we're just gonna blend it up a little bit. Once again, this should just be some light pulsing, nothing crazy. You just wanna get all those ingredients combined. Then once we have our kind of cilantro, Greek yogurt, lime mixture, we'll go ahead and empty out our coleslaw mix into a big mixing bowl, and then just pour that on top. And then we just mix it up. Now we have our coleslaw mixed up. We can set to the side. I'm gonna clean this all up real quick, and then we just gotta cook our shrimp and assemble it. So 3, 2, 1. And now we have our second part of the meal. We've got our shrimp, we got our tortillas, and the shrimp is gonna be super simple. We're gonna have some taco seasoning, a little bit of salt and pepper, and toss that in our shrimp. Then we're just gonna cook those on the stove top for 3 to 4 minutes aside, cooking all the way through. And then we just plate everything. So super simple at this point. Now that we made our little cilantro lime slaw mix, I'm gonna go ahead, put these shrimp in here, cover it with all the seasonings, and we'll head over to the stove and cook them. Now we've got our pan over medium heat. We're gonna hit it with some non-stick, and then we're gonna throw our shrimp down. Should take about 3 to 4 minutes per side. And there we have our cooked shrimp. Now it's time to assemble our tacos. We've got our slaw, our cooked shrimp, as well as our tortillas. I warmed these up in the microwave. I don't know if that's weird or not, but we're gonna make 3 tacos. And the way I'm gonna know how much food, or like how many calories is in everything, first off, this batch of coleslaw, I did the calories for the entire thing. I'll read that to you in 1 second. So for this entire batch of coleslaw, it is 364 calories, 68 grams of carbs, 0.5 grams of fat, and 34 grams of protein. The Greek yogurt is the big key to making that high protein, low calorie. You can also do it with mayo or light mayo, but I like the Greek yogurt. And then I will be using 1/4 of this. So between all 3 of these tacos, this is about 8 servings. So I'll use 2 servings between the 3 tacos. And as far as the shrimp goes, I'm gonna use 4 shrimp per taco, or 12 shrimp total, so you can calculate that way. And the tortillas, obviously 3. But I'm gonna go ahead and put these together, and then I'll tell you guys the final macros of the meal. And here we have our tacos made. Boom, 3 fully loaded tacos right there. And the total calories for this meal, so we have 3 of our low calorie wraps, a quarter of our entire cilantro lime slaw, and then 12 cooked shrimp. It comes out to be only 401 calories. And then it is 36 grams of carbs, 8 grams of fat, and 46 grams of protein. That is pretty good if I do say so myself. The slaw is just cabbage, carrots, and like everything we put in. And we got shrimp, some of the leanest protein sources. So of course we gotta fold this up and give this a try. That's so good. It has like the sweet and tang from the slaw, because the Greek yogurt's a little sweet. We have things like limes. Maisie's freaking out right now because it's almost her dinner time as well. And the taco seasoning on the shrimp makes it a little spicy. It's just so good. It's all wrapped together in a bundle of goodness. So good. But another great thing, you can save this, refrigerate it, and reuse it for other meals. I could have put this even on my sandwich earlier today. Tomorrow, I'm definitely gonna do like a chicken thigh, cilantro slaw sandwich of some sort. If you make this, you can actually just make a little bit more shrimp and make it for multiple people. My family's out actually at dinner right now while making this, but we've got some shrimp and some leftovers for someone when they get home, or maybe me tomorrow. A super healthy, low calorie dinner that tastes great. But this will wrap up meal number 3. We've got 1 meal left. It is kind of like a tricky way I like to have some sweets into my diet. Halo Top combined with 1 secret ingredient you guys will see in just a second. But before that, cheers, I'm gonna finish these tacos. It is time for our 4th and final meal. It is, of course, our favorite low-calorie ice cream, Halo Top, with some chocolate syrup. I did have a slightly different idea, but I'm also filming a I quit caffeine for 7 days video at the same time as this, so I can't have any caffeine. And what I wanted to make for this meal actually has a little bit of caffeine in it, so I can't do that idea, so I'm gonna save it for another video, so stay tuned for that. But I actually get to eat this whole pint. It is 290 calories. And then we're gonna add on top 60 calories worth of our chocolate syrup, and that comes out to be like 23 grams, something like that. So that's why I need to move it into this bowl so I can measure out the chocolate syrup. But this has been thawing for a little bit. Hopefully it pops right out. Ooh. There's a little left in there. And there we have it. That is our final meal. A pint of Halo Top ice cream and some chocolate syrup. I could not be more excited to eat this. I haven't had sweets in a little while, so this would be a nice change of pace. This meal comes out to be 350 calories, 78 grams of carbs, 7 grams of fat, and 19 grams of protein. Like I said at the start of the video, our daily total goal was 1,900 calories. Today I've eaten 1,901 calories. So I was almost exact. Some of the other days are like 10, 15, 20 calories off. I was 1 calorie off today. I guess I could have eaten slightly less chocolate syrup and made, it's whatever. It's close enough. 1 calorie off, and then 276 grams of carbs, 39 grams of fat, and 163 grams of protein. And that is an example of a 1,900 calorie full day of eating. As I mentioned, we will also be doing a 1,600 calorie full day of eating because that came second in my poll. That'll probably be in a week after this video, somewhere around there, so stay tuned for that. Make sure to subscribe and turn that post notification on so you don't miss that. Anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Once again, follow me on Instagram. That's why I do polls, and I'll probably do more polls about like cheat days or full days of eating or meals you guys want to see me make. Otherwise, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.